Welcome, everyone, to the L7C podcast, college football edition. Today, we are back talking some college football with the L7C OGs, myself, Cedric, and Byron. How are you guys doing today?
I am doing good. How are you?
Another Buckeye win, man. Another Buckeye win.
Yes, sir.
Doing well, man. Great to be back again.
Yes, sir. So, last podcast that came out where we really didn't even talk that much about Ohio State. Obviously, we were talking about that great college football weekend. I did put in the title, does OSU beat Iowa by 50 this weekend? Unfortunately, Ohio State did not beat Iowa by 50. They beat them by 40 something. So we were close.
44.
44.
Only 6 points off.
6 points off. 6 points off.
Still
So
covered the spread, right? Still covered the
spread. Yeah. The spread was like 30, and we covered that spread. So let's just get right into it. I mean, let's say Byron, I don't even go ahead, man, because I have some things I want to say about Iowa. Because go ahead.
All right. As Martin stated, it was a Buckeyes win. We won 54-10. We started off slow because Iowa's defense was really keeping us in check. But once we got our offense together, it was just a great game after that. CJ Stroud, 20 for 30, 286 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception that was, unfortunately, a pick six. Kyle McCord, 2 for 2 for 8 yards. Our running game was a little non-existent, but that's fine because it allowed CJ Stroud to command the offense. Travion Henderson, 11 carries, 38 yards, 0 touchdowns, and then Maya Williams, 10 carries, 19 yards, and a touchdown. Julian Finling, amazing game, 2 receptions, 105 yards, and a touchdown. Emeka Buka, 6 receptions, 80 yards, and a touchdown. Marvin Harrison Jr., 7 receptions, 62 yards, and a touchdown. And then Mitch Rossi, 1 reception, 3 yards, and a touchdown. So those were the receivers and fullbacks that caught touchdown passes from Stroud. Our defense looked amazing. We had 3 interceptions from both quarterbacks for Iowa. And then there were a couple of fumbles that they had that we were able to recover. So offensively and defensively, we look good. They're just concerned that CJ Stroud has thrown an interception, I think in the last 4 or 5 games straight. So that's a little concerning. So hopefully he gets those together. And he did also have a fumble on the day as well. So hopefully, going deeper into Big Ten play, we can stop turning the ball over on our side. But otherwise than that was whole kit and caboodle.
Thank you, Byron. Thank you, Byron. So, with Ohio State, it's kind of interesting that Iowa's offense, the worst offense in the country. I'm not even giving them crap to give them crap. They are literally statistically the worst offense in the entire country. Like, Iowa's offense has only had 1,591 yards and have scored 94 points.
Most of those points were on defense, though.
Yeah, so. But in all honesty, though, the way the game started, if their offense was any better, it almost reminded me of a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we started off, CJ got smacked, fumbled touchdown. I was like, here we go. And their defense, to their credit, they tried, man. They really did. But that offense it is so bad. I was disgusted watching that offense. Cedric, what do you think about the game and just having to spend 3 hours looking at? I've seen JV teams have better offense than Iowa. JV teams. But what do you think, Cedric?
Thank God for Iowa defense. That's pretty much it. I mean, they really are bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think if it would have been just a true slaughter if their defense didn't get a pick six.
Yeah.
Like I know Byron highlights the interceptions for Stroud. I think like I'm okay with this game mainly because this arguably is one of, and I know I'm going to hate myself for saying this eventually, one of the best defenses in the country as far as like being able to score the ball. Like
they are.
The fact that they score the ball so frequently is truly amazing. I don't know what their offense. I mean, honestly, I don't know if Kerry Combs is calling their plays on offense. The way that they play, like it's bad, like noticeably bad. So that's just my thing. Again, I think we called it last time, right? Like this was gonna be our defense was gonna get the ball. Like we were gonna see a lot of turnovers because their offense is that bad. Like their offense is terrible. So I wasn't too surprised with the interceptions and stuff like that. That just comes with the territory. Like say what you will, our defense is not bad. Like yeah, it's the first year, but like still we've shown that we can hold and lock people down.
Oh yeah.
So with a terrible offense like that, it's only a matter of time before we start getting a whole bunch of turnovers.
Yeah, which they did. I just want to keep going with this Iowa stuff just for the people to really put it in perspective. In the 5 major categories, Iowa is 128th in scoring, 14 points a game. That's the second lowest among Power 5. 127th in rushing yards, 81, third worst in the Power 5. 126th in third down percentage, 26.6, the worst in all of college football. 126 in the red zone, second worst. And then passing 145, worse in the Power 5. It is the worst Big Ten offense in the modern Big Ten era. And it is so bad. I don't even want to preview this game because they're not worth the L7C's time, but I just want you guys to laugh at this.
All right.
Iowa is playing Northwestern this weekend.
Oh.
It is the lowest over-under score in college football history.
What's the over-under score? Ooh, let me guess. Is it 20?
Cedric, you want to take a guess?
I'm going to guess 14.
So, well, before we do that, so the over-under is the two teams combined scoring. But that changes your guess.
Nope, I'm going to stick to a 20.
Me, I'm sticking with 14.
Okay. Over-under right now is 31.5.
Wow.
That both teams
That's a lot of credit.
It's the lowest game total in college football history. Just think about that. This is including like 70s, 80s, all of that.
That's crazy.
31 points. We've had quarters where we've scored that. So just put that really in perspective on how bad their offense is. And if you want to try and make some money, you could try it. Iowa Northwestern, and we play Northwestern next week. So get ready for another terrible offense. The defense is going to get a whole bunch of picks, but just want to throw that out for when we play Northwestern, their defense isn't as good as Iowa. We might beat them by 55.
We might.
I'll be excited to see that spread. We're going to cover.
Oh, yeah. And that will be first weekend of November where it truly gets serious. But it gets serious now this weekend before we go into November. We're going into Happy Valley. It's only our second road game. Penn State 6-1. Obviously, we talked about them last week. They lost to Michigan 41-17. This is going to be on Fox, big noon kickoff. If you're asking why this game is at noon, it's the TV people. They wanted this game at noon, so they got it at noon. It's just the way it was. Obviously, if you watched Penn State this past Saturday, it was a whiteout at night, and their powers were full-blown because I didn't think they'd blow out Minnesota like that. I thought they were going to lose.
If it was a noon game, there was a high chance they probably would have lost to Minnesota. But Happy Valley at night and during whiteouts, full power Penn State.
It really is.
I don't get it either. It makes no fucking sense.
What about how so good they are at night, or how?
Yeah, man. Like noon, like do they sleep extra or something? Like noon game, you got running backs getting 400 yards and shit, and at night, like, nah, we ain't letting them run tonight. We good.
I mean, it's crazy how that environment. It's so different. It's one of the best scenes in college football at night. ABC 7:30, Herb Street Fowler calling them. It's crazy, but this game's at 12. Still going to be 109,000 people there. It's going to be the most hostile environment we're going into because it's only our second road game. Currently, we're favored by 15.5. Guarantee if this was at night, that would have been cut in half. I've already seen some Vegas things. It was starting off like 13-ish, 11, but then they found out it wasn't at night, so it jumped to 15.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Well, we haven't had a big game like this since the opener, Notre Dame. So our season's really starting now because after this, we're going in November. So what are we thinking?
Man, listen, and I may take this back. For all I know, Penn State may actually show up because they always get hyped when they play us.
That is true.
I don't get why they can't get hyped when they play Michigan, but for some fucking reason, they love playing us. But I don't know. We've been talking about this over and over. Weapons. We have weapons.
Yep.
Like, we opened up the trunk on them. I don't give a fuck. We gonna whoop their ass.
Okay. I just wanted to throw this. So since I'm trying to see how far back I want. We'll do 2016. So that's the last time they beat us in Happy Valley. Obviously, they were unranked. We were the number 2 team in the country. They ended up winning the Big Ten that year. Since then, we've beaten them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight, but the margin of victory it hasn't been big. 2017, we won by 1 point. 2018, we won by 1 point. 2019 was 28-17. 2020 was 38-25. So that was 13. And then obviously last year when we watched it, we had that fumble recovery, 33-24. They do play Ohio State tough. But like Cedric said, we have more weapons. It's not at night. We don't know what Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to be doing, but this is. I agree with Cedric. We need to. I think we are going to cover. I don't think Penn State has the weapons. I think we're going to win this game outright. My only thing is that I know Byron. Obviously, we want CJ. We want CJ to win the Heisman. This is another Heisman type statement game for him if he's thinking about that. So I hope he doesn't force stuff because in that night there's that team down in Tennessee where they got some players chasing CJ for that Heisman and they're right on his heels.
They are right on his heel. That's why I'm not upset that I am upset about the interceptions, but they're not costing us games.
He's still the current Heisman favorite. If you wanted me to, I can give you this the people right now. CJ's number 1 at -110. Hooker is +200, second place. Caleb Williams is third, +1,200. Blake Corum is +14, and Bryce Young is +2K right now. This is Vegas.
So I'm glad he's still at top.
Right?
Oh, he'll still have time. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's got some good games coming up to pad
Make
his.
a break for him. Make a break.
I mean, the rest of it's just like, which we'll get into a little bit, but I agree with Cedric. I think Ohio State's going to have to make a statement game. It's the first big game kick. It's the first time we played a ranked team in a long long time.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with Cedric. I think they're going to win. Spread is 15.5. I think they win by 3 scores.
3 scores?
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
So I would say like we were just in the 50s. We at what 50? Yeah, 50. What 20 something? But I don't even think they can get that many points. They couldn't even get that many points against Michigan. They only got 17.
I don't see them getting more than 17 against us.
Yeah, I agree. I think they get 14, but then that's more than 21. I don't care. 51-14.
I was going to say it's in the 40s.
40s?
I'll give them that much credit. I think we'll get the 40s because they run the ball a good amount. And that burns a lot of clock. Like, we're going to, our run game, like, I've yet to see us just, like, give up on the runs. We're going to be running the ball, too. And if Mayan Williams is running the ball, Travion Henderson's running the ball, that's going to eat up the clock, especially because we know they struggle with the run. Like, Minnesota, their best player is their running back. So for them, they're like, listen, we got to key in this.
Shout out to Muhammad Ibrahim, 15 straight games, 100 yards rushing.
Like, that's the thing. Like, he's still ripping off 100 yards. Like, I'll put this. I'll be shocked if Mayan and Travion don't get 100 yards.
A piece or just total?
A piece.
I agree. I mean, after what we saw Michigan do, and also it's going to be one of those things like, all right, we saw what Michigan did to them. What are we about to do? So we can eyeball that. So I agree. The only concern is just the general college football concern. It's our second road game, and we haven't been in a hostile environment. This is going to be hostile. I'm seeing how these young people play. We're going to make mistakes we're not typically used to making because we're not hearing the snap count. Those are my only type of concerns, the environment, because the longer we keep Penn State in the game, the more dangerous they're going to be because that crowd's not going to shut up. If we're up 28-0 in the first half of them are going to be leaving their place to go drinking on the street in sorrow.
Yeah, we need to destroy them by halftime if we want to. Yeah.
And that goes into the reason why we're saying that now, because this will be the last game of October on the 29th. Next time you hear us, it will be the college football playoff rankings. It came up in our group messages as well, and they always come out after the OSU Penn State game. It's always that first Tuesday of November. So that is going to be, I literally just had the time. It's going to be 7 to 8. So you're going to hear L7C's, again, live reactions to the college football playoff rankings and the rankings that truly matter. And we're going to see where people are at. Cedric, you think the CFP people are going to keep Ohio State at 1, or what are you thinking? Or does it depend on what happens this Saturday? Do we have to win by a lot? They'll keep us at 1, or what do you think?
I think it would depend on this Saturday because as we've seen in the past, like, if you're not in the SEC, you don't really get much love. But, like, they'll find any other reason to drop you down and put an SEC team out at number 1. So I think if we make a really resounding victory, like we're saying we will, I think logic should dictate, and they'll say, yeah, that's the number 1 team right there.
Man, I'm looking at this. Who the hell are these people? I was looking at the
committee.
I was like, I don't know. Oh, this is a whole new committee. It's not the same like when Condoleezza Rice and all of them were on. It's a whole new thing. Yeah, so ranking schedule. Yep, November 1st, that Tuesday, 7 to 8. So you'll literally hear us come on and give like live reactions from now until from November all the way to the end of the month, because they're going to be every Tuesday. Some will get pushed back a little bit, like November 15th one's going to be 9:30. That's just because of college basketball. But the rest are all going to be 7 o'clock start times until December 4th, Selection Day. That'll be at noon. That's a Sunday. So.
I think early predictions.
Ooh, gonna give your top 4?
I think the top 4 are going to stay the same because Georgia is playing Florida.
They're going to
win.
Be Florida.
Or playing Penn State.
Or does Georgia look ahead?
I don't think Georgia looks ahead.
Because they play Tennessee the week after.
If they look ahead, that's more power for us. But I don't think Georgia looks ahead.
Okay.
Tennessee plays Kentucky.
Kentucky is good. I'm nervous. I actually am kind of nervous.
This is their 5th ranked game in a row. And they've been focused each and every game. So I don't think they're going to look ahead. It is going to be a tough game.
It's at night, too.
Yeah. I think Tennessee will win that one.
Okay.
And then Michigan plays Michigan State. And
they're gonna
if they lose to Michigan State, that's
they're going to
tragic for them.
They're going to
I know they are. I know they are.
They're going to kill them. So, yeah, I agree. I think if everyone holds serve, I do think it'll be the same top 4: Ohio State, Tennessee. Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee, and Michigan.
Yeah.
Now, I do think they'll do some controversy. Even though this team has played a whole bunch of ranked teams, I think they're going to be on that usual BS. I think they're going to put Bama at 5.
I can see them doing that.
And they're going to have Clemson at 6 and undefeated, and Dabo is going to raise hell.
Yes, he is. As well he should.
Man, I wish I really could say they wouldn't, but they will.
They will. They'll put them at 5. They'll do it.
Nick Saban's too powerful.
They'll put them at 5, and just for us to be talking about it, like, man, they put them at 5. That means if you look at it, they're automatically going to, because people are going to lose up there. So we'll see. But because Clemson, they've been playing ranked teams too. They're battle tested, which that's my concern with Ohio State. We haven't been in a dogfight yet.
We have not.
I don't think we will, though, until Michigan.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we haven't been in one with true, I guess, kinks worked out, right? I would say the Notre Dame game, because, we lost our best player in that game.
That is true.
True.
And they were on our ass. And granted, Notre Dame, I really wish you guys would have done more with your season.
They were juiced up that game. We were losing at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's still the lowest points we've scored this year, though.
I know, but I still feel it speaks to the fact of listen, at that point in time of the season, we thought that was going to be the premier of our offense. We thought, if not CJ Stroud, then Smith and Jigma was going to win the Heisman.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I feel like us navigating this season, and truly just showing the versatility of our team and how deep that team is, speaks to that. I don't know too many other teams except for maybe Tennessee, because at the beginning of the season, I believe Tillman was their best receiver.
Mm-hmm.
But they them niggas show we don't give a fuck, as long as you catch this rock, we don't care who it is.
Oh, are they wearing the black? Ever since we've been Rocky Top, I've been getting their tweets now. I was like, oh, are they rocking don't wear the black on Kentucky, bro. They're gonna kill them. Oh, don't wear the black unis, please.
Those unis are hard. I will say I saw some other ones. I think they may have been spoof ones. They're truly all black.
Just want to give you some offensive stats too of top teams in the country. Tennessee leads the league in offense, 50 points a game.
They did score 65 against a high school football team last weekend.
Yeah, they had 50 something at halftime. Yards per game, they have 571. Ohio State leads the nation in touchdowns, 47.
Love that.
Washington leads the league in passing, 379. Air Force leads in rushing. They're averaging 336 a game.
They're a rushing football team, so that does not surprise me.
And then average time of possession is Georgia. Georgia holds the ball for 35 minutes.
Almost more than half the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're winning, because the other team doesn't get a chance to score because they don't have the ball for that long.
Yeah, so It'll be interesting. Those playoff rankings next Tuesday. We're going to be here. We're going to see those first ones. You're going to hear unedited reactions from us, and we'll see. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with teams like Oregon. I didn't think Oregon would be coming back this year like they did because I thought UCLA was going to win, and Oregon said, "Don't forget about us."
I was not expecting Oregon's defense to be that good. I was shocked when I was watching the game. And first off, I literally said on the podcast last week that I didn't trust Bo Nix, and Bo Nix said, "Take this L, bro."
Man, my heart goes out to the Bruins, man. I have faith in them.
Well, Oregon is in control. Last time Oregon was in control was last year because if Oregon took care of business, we wouldn't have been in the playoffs.
Nope.
Because they beat us and then they squandered the Pac-12.
Had to lost to Utah.
So then Utah took it over. So because I was always sitting there looking, I was like, "Oh, we're not about to get in because Oregon beat us and they're gonna have the same record." But they screwed it up. You never know what can happen losing that game to Utah. But this slate of games, we're the biggest game, and Tennessee and Kentucky, we're the two biggest games this week, and then playoff rankings.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see, man. Anything else that we want to hit on in the college football rankings? Rankings are the same as we said last week, but there's nothing really else for this week. It was just embarrassing watching Iowa play offense. It was, man. Like, I felt so bad for their defense. I was like, if I'm a defensive player, I don't want to talk to any offensive players.
Yeah, their defense was holding, at least for that first half. And then, like I said, offense, Ohio State got their offense together, and it was just touchdown after touchdown after that.
I just want to know how their recruiting goes. Like, because you had to do some stuff to get those defensive players there. Like, can we not do that for the offense?
Let me because there was actually something I wanted to. The problem with Iowa's coaching staff is obviously Kirk Ferentz has been there for a very long time, done great things for Iowa, but you don't want to kick no one off the team because if I want to make sure what this guy's position is, because his son is on the damn he's the offensive coordinator.
Yep, offensive coordinator. Yep.
Oh, well, that's the issue. Nepotism. I know what that is. Taking them ethics courses. I know what that means.
He's been the offensive coordinator since 2017. That's the problem.
Oh, that needs trash. I'm sorry. You gotta go. No, like, you can still come to the games. You can stand on the sideline, but you don't got no headset on.
Yeah, because everyone was writing. Cleveland.com even said Kirk Ferentz is failing Iowa's fans and his son Brian should be fired. Like, bro, you put your son in offensive coordinator. Your son don't know what he's doing.
2017?
Yeah.
Man, that's anyone else. Well, that's what it pays to be the coach's kid. Because anywhere else, if he was by himself, he would have been got the boot.
Oh, yeah. He would have been kicked out.
He ain't going to the pros. Shit, I saw Matt Ryan and Mac Jones get sat down.
No, like it's so bad. Like, no wonder nobody wants to. Like, these rankings is just like Iowa's offensive points per game in 2017 to 2022 was 105th in the country. And obviously, I said it earlier, they're 130th. They're going backwards.
That's crazy.
That's fucking terrible. Like, I'm sorry, that is inexcusable. Like, who's the defensive coordinator?
Somebody who's
I'll for you.
I'll tell you right now, I'd be looking for my escape plans. Like, you see what I did? Let me out. Free move. Get me to a place where I can build a defense and the offense actually scores points.
Phil Parker. He's from Ohio too. He was a first team all Big Ten defensive back at Michigan State.
Oh, nice.
A lot.
That explains things. Defensive
MVP
at Michigan State, 83, 85. Yeah, I mean,
That means he's loyal, though, if he's from Ohio, so he ain't just going to leave them.
True.
And he just got up to defensive coordinator because he's been on this staff since 1999. He was
God damn.
So this
He's loyal.
This explains why their backs are so good. He was the defensive backs coach for 13 years.
Jesus, man. This dude.
Before Norm Parker left. And he retired.
How long has this coach been there?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. The reason he took over, Norm Parker passed away. That's why. How long has Kurt Ferentz been there?
Yeah.
30.
Yeah, he's been there for a while.
30 plus years. He's been at Iowa since, no, not 30 years. He's been at Iowa since 1999.
Yeah, it's time to cut some ties. Now, I'll tell you right now what they should do. Fire that nigga.
Dude, Kurt, well, if you fire Kurt, then you can't. And his son's unprotected. That is true.
I'm saying fire him, and you want to keep that defensive coordinator. Hire him as a head coach, and he'll bring. Like, you can find someone to run your offense. Like, I guarantee you, there's more talented people out there.
I agree.
Because like you're, I'm sorry, that's just waste. That is a waste of talent. That defense is actually really fucking good. And they could do some things in the Big Ten if the offense could actually score fucking points. And going all the way back, they've been good. Like, there were times when that team was ranked.
There are times where they've won the Big Ten. They've won the Big Ten West. They've been in the top 10 before. Like, there have been times.
Yeah, they were literally in the Big Ten championship game last year.
Yeah, they were in the Big Ten championship game last year.
I'm just saying, imagine the consistency you can have if you get like an actual like people in there who can create. Because it's not like you can't get recruits, like right, like even fucking teams like, no offense, Minnesota, shout out Ibrahim, but even some teams like you can get one or two like skill position players. That's enough sometimes to transform an entire program.
I agree.
Yeah,
or you could just go in the transfer portal. Like, look at 2 years ago, Michigan wasn't that great. Last year, they get Kenneth Walker, and they're a 10-win team in the top 10 in the country.
Yeah.
But no one's going to want to come play offense for you because their offense is trash.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to give the people something to look forward to. Like,
right.
This dude been doing the same thing for almost 40 fucking years. Ain't nobody trying to come in there.
I mean, yeah. So, Kurt Ferentz, man, you got to let your son go. You'll be cool. I'm sure since you're the head coach, your son will get a great severance package.
Yeah.
If not, holler out. Go find somebody. I know someone that can help you out.
And I know that AD sitting there like, yo, Kurt, you gotta get rid of this dude, bro, because they're gonna come after me. I'm gonna lose my job too.
Shit, that athletic director probably sitting chill. Like, man, we all been here for 40 years. We came here together. We good.
So that should be it. But nah, Buckeyes, big game this Saturday noon. It's gonna be a great time. We're gonna be on the national stage, and let's not disappoint. Anything else, guys?
Go Bucks. Let's get this W and keep moving forward to that college football championship game.
We're about to enter the month of November. It's going to be getting real now.
Here we go. Denzel Burke, I ain't forgot about you, homie.
Oh, no.
It's going to be that time. You're going to get tested this week. We're going to see some things.
Oh, man.
This nigga still hasn't got any interceptions.
No, he has not.
I'm talking all that shit last year. Create some fucking opportunities out there, man. I got faith in you.
We'll see. With that being said, gotta end it on that. With that being said, thank you everyone for listening to L7C podcast. Make sure you like, rate, comment, subscribe wherever you listen to. Big game. Go Bucks. Let's take out Penn State in March to November. With that being said, take care.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.